Hi, I'm Katie Halcrow with Power Up Prep, and I'm super excited today to take you through some tips and strategies to help you power up your ACT. If this is your first time with us, first, welcome. Second, check out the link below. There, you're going to find the ACT questions and the note sheets that you can do along with these videos. All right, so let's get those materials together, and we're going to be ready to power up. Okay, so you're all prepared. You've watched all of the videos, you've learned all the strategies, you've taken practice ACT tests, and your test is coming up now. So now you got to think about, what do I pack with me when I'm going to take the ACT test, and what do I do on that day of to prepare? So number one, you want to bring your admissions ticket. You need this in order to get in. So make sure you bring it with you. Number two is your photo ID. You also need this to get in, because if you don't have a photo ID, then they don't have verification of who you are. Okay, so you need admissions ticket, photo ID. Then you need pencils and erasers. So just make sure you have number 2 pencils and erasers. Number 4 is a calculator. So you want to make sure that this calculator is fully charged if it's a charging calculator, or has new batteries, or you're sure that the batteries are good and will last a lot longer if it's a battery calculator. You do not want your calculator to go out on you when you are taking the ACT test in the math section. So just make sure that happens. Fifth thing you need is a watch or a noiseless timer. And then 6 is a healthy snack and water. This is for you during the break. You want to eat during the break, even if you don't feel hungry, because what you don't want to happen is for you to go into let's say you're starting the science test and all of a sudden you really are hungry and your stomach is bothering you. So you just want to mitigate that. You just want to bring a snack with you. Okay, number 7, you want to bring your ACT strategies notes and maybe something fun to read during break. You don't know if you're going to know the other people who are in your classroom, so you might not have anybody to talk to during break, and you're not going to be able to have your phone with you at all. So you want to make sure that you have something to do. And it's always good to review your ACT strategies. And if you have something fun to read, then that can be something that reduces stress too. Okay, number 8, bring gum to chew before the test and during your break. So you probably want to spit it out prior to starting your test each time, but chewing that gum, remember we talked about at the very beginning, it reinforces, as long as you've been chewing gum the whole time, it's going to reinforce those synapses. You're going to have made this pattern in your brain that when you chew this gum, you take the ACT test. And gum is just good for getting blood flowing and everything like that anyway. Okay. Then the last thing that you want to make sure you bring is an outfit with layers, because you don't know exactly what it's going to feel like inside the place where you take the test, usually a school. So I think you probably know that on a really hot day outside, the school could feel super cold because the air conditioners are just going full blast. So, and the same thing can be true in winter. If it's really cold outside, it might be really warm inside. So you want to make sure you're comfortable. So if you bring an outfit with layers, you can put more on, or you can take stuff off depending on how you're feeling. You want to be comfortable. You don't want to be distracted by anything when you're taking the ACT test. So keeping that clothing comfortable is really good. Okay, then on the day of, number 1, you want to wake up early and you want to read something to get your brain going. You do not want the first thing that you're reading for the day to be the ACT test. And you could also consider doing some jumping jacks or some other kind of physical activity to get the blood flowing in your body, because again, that wakes you up, that wakes your brain up. Number 2, eat a good breakfast. You're not going to eat a crazy breakfast, right? You don't want to be over full going into the test, but you want to eat a good breakfast so that your brain has your body and your brain have the energy they need to perform. Number 3, review all your notes at the test center right before you go in to take the test. This can be really helpful for the English section to just reinforce those strategies one more time. The simple is best rule, how to decide if it's a verb question, etc. All of that is really helpful. Okay, Then the next thing is to make sure when you're actually at the test that you eat your snack during the break, which we talked about beforehand, and you go to the bathroom during the break. I say this because I've had students who need to go to the bathroom so badly. So you're going to go to the bathroom before you take the test for the first time and then during your break, because they've had to go to the bathroom so badly, it's distracted them from taking the test, and they've actually scored like 12 points lower than they should have, because they either had to stop the test in the middle and go and take time out to go to the bathroom, or they had to just like try and power through, but they weren't concentrating. So please go to the bathroom. Okay. And then number 5, after you take the test, you've successfully completed this program, you have studied, you've taken the tests, you've made sure you had everything you needed, you've gone into the test using your brain to the utmost. Now it's time to reward yourself. Plan something that you can look forward to so that after you're done with the test, you have this thing that will just make it all worthwhile. All right, so those are my strategies for you for a test day packing list and for a day of things to do. All right, you should be all set. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to leave them below. We love to hear from you. Also, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss out on any of our curriculum or other tips and tricks that can help you power up your ACT.